4 minutes to midday. I'm delighted to say I am joined in studio by Collie McFadden. He's here to talk all things movies. We are, can I say we're officially into summer blockbuster season?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Once you see Tom Cruise on top of the IMAX, it's
here.
It's here. I'm wearing shorts as well, so I think it might be the
which is why I've delicately positioned the camera.
I think it was good to change the camera angle. I think it's best for all our viewers as well as our listeners. But I feel this is the first time, even when I had knee surgery, I don't think I've ever been here in shorts before, and because it is gorgeous out there. But really, we can feel that the summer behemoth's coming. So when I was texting you before the show saying what movies we talk about, I actually left out quite a few big movies. Mm-hmm. Whereas a couple of months ago, I was scrabbling around going, what could I come up with that Rory Latchy and his listeners would be interested in? Whereas today, there's so much out there. Okay, we're going to kick off just talking about Tom Cruise. Yeah. That's probably the biggest. This is the final installment in a series. Well, how many times have they said that, I suppose? But this is a series of movies that seems to have just been going on forever. I mean, it's sort of up there now with Bond. Yeah, and I think, now, you might be able to come up with another example. I think it's one of the few series, I think it's got better as it went along. Mission Impossible was kind of fairly generic. It was all right. Wasn't that spectacular? And I think Mission Impossible 2 as well, kind of people didn't see it coming. And then they really got a shot in the arm. And I think it's all Tom Cruise. Like, love him or hate him, he believes fundamentally in cinema and that it has to be bigger and better each time. Yeah. And the stunts, and he just said, look,
from a pure spectacle.
And he says, everyone knows now what you can do with AI and effects. So the only thing to do is do a movie where you go, no, this is actually real. We know there's a safety rope that's been out, but we know he's standing on that plane.
Something that's always sort of, I've always thought, okay, well, where can we go? I think back to, when I was about 6 or 7, 32 years ago now, and Jurassic Park, right? And that was, it was everywhere, and it was because of this amazing new thing called CGI. Yeah. And, these lifelike dinosaurs, and, they weren't there when they were filming it, but they put them in after and all that sort of stuff. But we're desensitized to that now. We became desensitized very quickly. So what can we... Yeah, what can you bang? And it's go back to the history of cinema. It's going back to Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd, have somebody hanging off a building for real. Yeah. But also, you're so right about Jurassic Park, but where people forget, the dinosaurs were fake, but the kids weren't. And the really exciting bits was like the kid holding onto the fence, the wires going, the stuff. So it was the child running away from the dinosaur. Whereas what we got is they CGI'd everything. So the superhero is also CGI, being thrown around like a rag doll. Yeah. So there's no physicality. I think a lot of it became about, let's not use CGI. They fell into the trap, should I say, of not using CGI to help tell the story, but more about, look what we can do. Yeah, look what we pulled off.
We can make a bigger monster. We can make 15 Tom Cruises. Let's do that instead of having...
And quite often at the expense of the story. And I think that's why people... moviegoers sort of became desensitized to the whole thing. Nothing impressed us anymore.
Yeah, especially like the last few Marvels, although Thunderbolts was great fun, but that's because they went away from that. But stuff like Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's all green screen. Nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody cares if there's no consequences. Whereas you're watching Tom Cruise standing on top of a biplane, you go, okay, there's a safety rope there, but it's still Tom Cruise standing on top of a biplane. This is mad. And this has got 5 stars everywhere. And I know some people won't be into it, but this is the Bond of its generation. And it's got better and bigger and all the time. And he knows that unless he knocks our socks off, people are not going to the cinema, because people need to be impressed to go to the cinema. That's the way it works, unless it's a family movie, and we get to that. But people need to be knocked off the socks. And I can't wait to see this. This is previewing from Monday. It's coming out on Monday, because I think it's Memorial Weekend in the States. So it's a big weekend. So 2 massive movies. And it's spectacular. It's 2 hours, 50 minutes. He's saying, if you're going to spend your 10 quid, we are giving you value for money. We are giving you stunts galore. You will not see anything like this. It is wasted on your phone. It is wasted even on your nice big telly. You have to see this on the biggest screen possible, in the best cinema possible, and we're going to knock your socks off. And I believe him, because he's done it the last 3 times. There's something really... There's nobody else doing what he does. Even if you don't like him, there's nobody else who does it quite like he does it.
That's true. And, you even look at, the number of reboots we've had over the last couple of years. Going back to old franchises, from the 70s and the 80s and bringing them back with the same cast and all that sort of stuff. And more often than not, they disappoint and they perform poorly at the box office. And then in hindsight, why did they do that? Why did we do that? But Tom Cruise bucks that trend every time. Look at Top Gun.
Yep. But he said, we'll only do it when it's right. But he also made sure that if you were 15, you could still enjoy Top Gun. It wasn't just a nostalgia fest.
Yes.
It worked on both levels. And if Top Gun 3 comes, it'll be the same, because he'll only do it if it's right. And he has that magic. But also, he promotes it. There are photos everywhere on social media. Like the best movie of the year I've seen so far, Sinners. Tom Cruise buying his ticket to go and see it. Like he practices what he preaches. He pushes everyone else. He always has something positive to say about everyone else's movies, and he's pushing it. So it's going to be spectacular. I can't wait for it. However, it is not going to be the biggest movie next week.
Oh, well, on that note, we're going to go for a quick commercial break. All right.
That's our best ever tease.
That's the best hook we've ever done. We're going to go for a quick commercial break, and we will talk about that right after this.
iMotors 252 Open Day continues today. We are open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in. Choose your new Kia or Nissan with petrol, diesel, hybrid or all-electric options to suit all budgets. Your dream car is waiting for you. Order your 252 today at iMotors.
iMotors. Fearless generation.
How about Specs-Safe ears?
Not sure.
Do you get it? Specs-Safe ears.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, Specs and we also do hearing 2 savers?
Think about it. Should have gone to Specs and we also do hearing 2 savers. Can't see it catching on.
Okay, so we're saying Specsavers do eyes and ears. Senses savers!
Technically true.
Yeah.
But actually terrible.
Oh, right.
At Specsavers, we're hearing experts too, and have been for over 15 years.
Oh, should we just stick to Specsavers then?
Yeah.
Book a free hearing check today. Terms and conditions apply.
New this week in Home Store and More. All Hotel Collection duvet sets are half price. But better hurry, because when all our half price Hotel Collection duvet sets are gone, they're gone. Also, all dinnerware sets and all barbecues are still all 33% off. But when all the 33% off dinnerware sets and all the 33% off barbecues are gone, they're definitely gone. Drop by your local Home Store and More. Visit us online at homestoreandmore.ie. Home Store and More. A happy home.
My home is my castle. My sing in the shower place or work in my undies place. My pizza for breakfast, cornflakes for dinner place. My home is my me place.
With AXA Home Insurance, you can protect the place where you can truly be yourself and get 24-hour emergency home assistance as standard. Get a quote online or call into your local branch. AXA. Know you can. Policy terms and conditions apply. AXA Insurance Stock is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
You're listening to Rewind with Rory Farrell on Highland Radio. Good morning!
Rory Farrell says it's a morning, going back in time. Highland Radio.
The time is 11:45, quarter to midday. Collie McFadden is in studio with me. We are talking all things movies. We've just discussed the latest, possibly final installment of the Mission Impossible series. That remains to be seen, really. Yeah. It's like the famous farewell tour, but we'll see. Yeah. So, changing gear completely, but as you say, probably a much bigger, in terms of
Might be the biggest movie of the year, I think. Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch is going to be massive. And I just know that from the amount of people asking about it. It was the same with Moana 2, which was a huge movie. Just the amount of kids. But also, I forget, Lilo and Stitch, the original one, came out at the wrong time for me. I was kind of in my mid-20s. So I was too old and grumpy to go and watch a kids' movie. And not like I am now, where I'm only delighted for the chance to watch a fun kids' movie. But, I was too cool for school. And what I haven't realised is, starting off, Lilo and Stitch was a hit when it came out in the cinemas, but it was a massive hit on video, DVD, and now on Disney Plus for streaming. All the young kids have seen it. All their older kids and parents have seen it. People who are now parents grew up on it. So there's a whole strand of the family who cannot wait to see this. And unlike some of the other remakes, whether, like, and as I said, Snow White was fine, and kind of did fine in the long run, because people went, oh, now that the fuss there, it's pretty good. This makes sense as a live action remake in a way that The Lion King and stuff doesn't, because The Lion King was still cartoons. It was just a different sort of cartoon
Again,
line.
CGI.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at
just
what we
too
can
much
do.
CGI.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone here is real, except the monster, Little Stitch, is CGI, and that's funny because he looks like a dog and he runs around causing chaos.
What is Stitch?
So he's an alien.
He's an alien, right? Okay.
You've never seen Lilo and Stitch?
No, but it's everywhere in my house.
Yes.
All right.
I think so.
There are bed covers.
Yep.
Teddy bears, action figures.
Yeah.
It's everywhere in my house, and I know nothing about it. I just go along with it
Because it is one of those. It is a cute, and it's one of the rare ones as well for Disney, which really is boys and girls as well, because everyone loves a cute pet. She's a lonely girl in Hawaii, so it's set in Hawaii, which helps as well. Although Donegal in the sunshine, pretty much the same thing. But she's lonely. This little animal comes down. She thinks it's a dog or something, and she adopts it. But he's actually an alien on the run from space, and he just causes mayhem anyway. He's like a nice gremlin.
Okay.
And he causes chaos and gets her into trouble and stuff, and she's hiding up. So it's a cross between E.T. and Gremlins. So tick, tick, tick boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
He's cute. She's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous spot. It ticks all the boxes. So many people are excited this. And like Minecraft a couple of weeks ago, like the cinemas, obviously when the weather's like this in Donegal, people aren't going to the cinema much unless they've booked birthday parties and stuff like that, because we have a beautiful place and lots of free stuff to do. But like Minecraft, this is sunshine proof. Because people are going, I don't care. Mum, Dad, take me to it. But also
a nice way to top off a day out.
Absolutely.
Day out at the beach.
Reunions and the beach. But also, Mum and Dad are often of the right generation that they saw it first time, and that's one of their favourites too. And you know what it's like when you bring in your kids to something and you're going, I'm going to enjoy this too. This is brilliant. This is everyone's gonna love it. Already Disney, after their disappointment with Snow White, they're tracking it to make at least $1 billion. They just think this is going to be huge. And as you said, look, the merchandise is already there. The merchandise never went away from the first movie, even though it wasn't a massive hit. But it just people fell in love.
But it just seems to, in the last 6 months, it seems to have exploded.
Ramped up.
It's just everywhere.
And the thing is, 7-year-olds know about it. And they were the same with Minecraft. They knew about the movie coming out. They didn't need to be told. Usually 7-year-olds walk into the cinema and they see the poster and they go, when's that out? And you go, that's next year, or that was last week.
Yeah.
They're not aware of it. These ones they're aware of because it's just in their world. They're talking in the playground. They're playing Lilo and Stitch already. That's always the sign. And it looks like it's going to be really good fun too.
Okay.
The trailer made me laugh out loud. So I'm really
So when does that hit theatres?
Wednesday,
all right.
Wednesday.
Have you seen it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So Wednesday morning.
Aha, very good. All
Wednesday
right.
morning. Monday morning for me for Mission Impossible. Wednesday morning for that. I would watch it on. I'd watch it on Tuesday. Only have to go to Gorth or Hork, so I'm happy about that.
Right, Lilo and Stitch. That is in theatres next week.
Yeah.
All right. Staying on the sort of the family theme.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon.
And the reason I mentioned this, I was probably thinking we mentioned this next month because it's coming out sort of mid-June. But I know Universal Studios have ticked the box here as well. From the way they talk to their film bookers and stuff like that. They think they've 2 this year. This and Wicked Part 2, right? You know how big Wicked is. They really think How to Train Your Dragon is going to work. And again, it's the beloved movie and books from the first one, and it's made live action. It even has Jared Butler, who did the voice for the cartoon last time. He's actually in it now. And again, this is one of the few ones, along with Lilo and Stitch, and maybe Beauty and the Beast, that made sense as a live action remake, because now they have it, but they're still, the focus is on the humans, not on the dragons. Like what you were saying about CGI. It makes sense to have a CGI dragon. It's not like the dragons talk or anything like that. It's all about to have the humans, but they now have the effects to do it. And as you said, they're using the CGI to tell the story, not telling the story of CGI.
Just to fit in the CGI. Yeah.
People love the 3 How to Train Your Dragon movies were huge. The books are still as popular as ever they were. And this again looks spectacular. And my boss was saying, he said Universal Studios are on. Basically, I think they must have been looking for extra money or something like that, because he said they think they've got something really good here. So they're going to be 2 big ones for the summer. And again, it ticks all the boxes for the whole family, because they're both PG, so the younger ones can go, but also, your teens will like it as well. So that's the magic formula, really. When
Absolutely,
when everyone likes it,
Yeah. Okay. So that is coming mid-June.
Mid-June, but it's only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah.
In the middle of it, one that's not on your list, I want to mention for you because of your 80s nostalgia. Karate Kid Legends, right? It might,
yes!
it might only be me and you watching it, right? But,
Yeah.
But of course, Cobra Kai has been huge on Netflix.
Cobra Kai is brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think they went one series too long. They probably didn't have enough story there.
They did. They sort of dragged it out.
But it was still great fun. And it sounded like such a terrible idea to go back to. But people really enjoyed it. So this time we have, the Karate Kid teams up with Jackie Chan from when they tried the spin-off with Will Smith.
So it's two universes
of it. And it looks like fun. Look, I've already got my headband and I've already been practicing my montage. So I'm ready for it. So you and me are going to love that. But we should mention just quickly, I know we're running out of time, for the really little ones, what's going to be huge for under 6s. What's going to be huge is Peppa Meets the Baby. Peppa Meets the Baby's coming out next week. I'm already
just feeling massively triggered.
A great friend of mine texted and said, I sent her the trailer, right? Because she's got a 3-year-old. And she said, oh my God, Annie's going to love that. An hour of hell from me, but Annie's going to love that. Because those who love it, you get a little certificate for first time to the cinema and all that when you go. But yes, look, Peppa Pig is a behemoth. She is the biggest diva in cinema. Like nothing, like bigger than Minecraft Zone only for that age. But really, they adore it.
And when is that? In
this
cinemas?
is not next weekend. The weekend after.
Okay.
And it's and there's a lower price and stuff because it's only an hour. But it's 8 new episodes, and Peppa Meets a Baby, and there's lots of people wondering how to have that. Like it's really clever too, isn't it? Lots of people wondering how to have that conversation with the 4-year-old and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Peppa's going to have a new brother or sister. Let's bring it to the cinema. So it's going to be huge.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for the parents like you. Yours aren't even the right age at the moment. You're going to escape this one, but you're triggered from the past, right?
Absolutely.
I still prefer Peppa to Paw Patrol any day. And also, my boss is going to kill me for this. There's a Smurfs movie coming out that I'm already in a cold sweat that you'll make me go and review for you because it looks like 6-year-olds are going to think it's so funny. But Smurfettes an influencer already. I just went, no.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Peppa Pig week after next.
And the
Smurfs.
Smurfs summer. We've enough time to find other
You've
jobs.
enough time to prepare yourself mentally.
Brace yourself.
Right, we're going to change gear again now. So we're going to move away from the family orientated stuff, and we're going back to yet another franchise that is being rebooted. Now this is right in the fun zone for me.
Yeah.
Final Destination.
Oh, so here's a mad thing. I had never seen Final Destination. I never seen
You're
one.
joking me.
I always
Are
thought,
you serious?
Yeah, I'd always thought it was a great idea, right? Because I don't mind horror movies, but generic horror movies like Conjuring, Paranormal, just not my thing.
Okay.
But Final Destination, the idea that you get a premonition, so you avoid death, but we all have our time. It's coming for you no matter
catches
what.
up with you,
I always thought that was a good idea, but I just never, for whatever reason, never saw the first one and then never got around to it. I went to see this one. I knew the point of it. And what they've done with this one is they've kind of gone back and said all the other movies, they were all connected to this one event 40 years ago, right? And they show you that at the start, and it's spectacular. And I really thought I wouldn't enjoy it. I had such a fun time watching it, right? Because I didn't get the how funny they are. And how much they tease as well. For all the gory deaths, they keep on giving you hints.
There was always an undercurrent of sort of black humour running through those movies. And they weren't afraid to laugh at themselves or sort of poke fun at themselves, because we, basically saying, we know this is daft, but
you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And there's lots of bits. So they're having a big barbecue and someone's going to get it at the barbecue, but they keep on giving you a hint. It's going to be the rake. It's going to be the trampoline. And you're watching around for everything. And of course, they're going to pull the rug from under you, sometimes literally, and get you with the thing you're not looking at. And I went, that's really clever.
So it's a suspense.
Yeah, it's suspense because you know what's coming. And it's just how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And they're having such a good time. I thought this was really, really good because I still did go, oh God, oh Jesus, all that. But in a fun way because none of it feels realistic. So while it is 16s and quite gory, but you never believe.
Yeah. It's not scary.
It's not like going to see Warfare, which is a great movie, but you really believe those people are bleeding and in pain.
Yeah.
Whereas this place, people are killed by the lawnmower. You go, that's fine.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Anyway, I really enjoyed it. So if I like this, if you like horrors at all, because you mightn't have gone because of the sunny weather, right? So, but, sorry guys, it is changing. And when that happens, you're going to really enjoy this. If you're a fan of those sort of movies, you're going to love this.
And is it doing well?
It's doing well considering the weather, and I think it's going to do well. And it's done well everywhere else in the world where they're used to this weather. It's done really well, and people they took a 10-year break, Rory, as well, which I think might have been a good idea. We were talking about Doctor Who and stuff off air. Sometimes the breaks can be a good thing,
absolutely,
to let everyone refresh and enjoy it again. Because when you're churning stuff out, maybe that's what happened with Marvel. When you're churning stuff out on top of each other, it gets a bit boring. I really enjoyed this.
Just on talking about Marvel, we're going to go to the other side of the house. Superman is on his way back to the big screen.
Yeah,
and trailer dropped day before yesterday.
Yeah, day before yesterday. And got like incredible amount of views as well. So people are always ready for this. Now, other than Superman and Superman 2, which I had the models, I did little General Zod that I got back from America. It was my pride and joy till my brother Dara broke it. But not that I'm still bitter 42 years later. But Superman, the more recent Superman, didn't really do it for me. But there are popular, and there are people who just really excited about the Superman. And I know you said yourself you liked the look of this trailer, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, look, the Christopher Reeve, the Richard Donner 1970s original big screen version. That is always going to be the definitive. Same as Sean Connery is always going to be the man with Bond, right? They've tried a few times, I think, over the last 20 years. They've never got it quite right. You know, Bryan Singer came in and did Superman Returns. Try to be a little bit too faithful to the originals. And it just ended up being a little bit boring because not a lot happened. Then Zack Snyder came in, obviously.
Did his thing.
And it went too much the other way. Dark, gritty.
Lots of slow motion.
The antithesis of what... the Superman character is supposed to be.
I never believed a man could fly. Do you know that way? That's the whole thing. He was about believing.
And we were talking about this as well before we came on air. DC, I think, were a little bit late to the game. The Marvel machine was in full flight. DC came late to the game with Justice League. And there was a call for a fan cut. Of the Justice League movie. Zack Snyder basically left for reasons unknown. Joss Whedon came in and finished the movie that was already half
and nobody
done.
was happy.
And nobody was happy. And then the fans campaigned for the original director's cut, and Warner Brothers gave it to them, so the writing was on the wall. So this is a reboot, basically. A restart.
And I think one more the things we're hoping is, so that, you want things to appeal to the fans, but not just the fans. Like, we're talking about movies. Lilo and Stitch, I haven't seen them. We're hoping to go to. All the stuff we're hoping to go to. You got to get the other people interested too. And it looks like this trailer, they might have got the other people. Because if you've never seen a Superman movie, you might still enjoy this one.
Exactly.
Which is what you need to go
back to.
And
we're going to talk about it in more detail when you're back next month, because release will be imminent. Okay. Collie, thanks for joining us. We will talk to you next month.
Look forward to it already.